Hey guys, Tony here. Happy 2013. It's my first video of the new year. And I'm gonna make a promise to you that this is the last video I'm gonna do like this. I got a lot of vinyl to show you. It's been a little while, so but no matter what, after this video, all new vinyl finds are gonna be limited to like 10 to 15 records. I enjoy doing these videos with a lot of records to show, and I do enjoy watching them, but I understand that it could be a harrowing sort of thing to sit through these long videos, but I think like I keep it moving and show a lot of records. So, but anyway, I'm gonna stop doing these, so start after this. So this is my resolution for the new year. Things are good, very busy. I wish I could get on here and make videos more often. It's just, you know, the new job is pretty demanding, but also 2 kids is, you know, I'll say 2 kids is very different from just 1. I'll leave it at that. But it's great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But yeah, so videos after this will be shorter, less records, because I'd like to talk about the records more, talk a little bit more just in general, rather than just showing records so much. And some people, again, they like these long videos. Some people don't, but it's just my decision, and I've just decided to stop doing this. But right now, I got a lot of records to show you. I got a shitload here, so I'm gonna run through them quick. Some I probably won't even talk about much, but anyway, here I go. I hope you enjoy. This is a record I've passed on 100 times. There were 2 copies at the record store that weren't priced yet. They were just up front. So I said, what the hell, I'll grab it finally. A record that very much reminds me of being like 14 or 15. In the Dark by the Grateful Dead. To add to the Grateful Dead collection. I mean, of course, you have Touch of Grey, which was their only #1 hit. Hell in a Bucket, When Push Comes to Shove, West LA Fadeaway. Also, Tons of Steel, Throwing Stones, Black Muddy River. The whole album's good. The production, I think, is very 80s, but, you know, In the Dark. Nice copy of that for cheap. I finally picked this up. I gotta thank Mike, Bostoni, and Reggie for finally inspiring me to get it, but also River, Cool Ranch Dressing, and Conrad, he's a big fan of this. The idler wheel is wiser than the driver of the screw, and whipping cords will serve you better than ropes will ever do. Yeah. Fiona Apple. So her newest album, her 2012 album, I gotta say it's pretty damn good. I really enjoyed it. It's very well done. Great writing on it throughout. Yeah, I recommend it. Fiona Apple. Finally picked this up. Again, an album. I passed on this a lot. And then I wasn't seeing it so much anymore. And I really enjoyed this artist's most recent album. So I said, you know what? Let me finally get this thing. I've wanted it for a while, but there was always something else there, you know? Flying Lotus, Cosmogramma. Finally got this on Warp Records. Fantastic. I definitely like maybe the second LP a little bit more than the first. I don't know. It's tough to say. I like the stuff that's not so busy, let's say. But yeah, Flying Lotus, excellent stuff. Finally picked this up. I'm not a big Todd Rundgren guy, but this was recommended to me. I'm not only because I haven't checked out a lot of his stuff enough to really say. I mean, I know some things, but this was recommended to me. Sort of like his psychedelic album, really. A Wizard, a True Star. So this has the cutout cover. Pretty out there stuff, you know, for him. Yeah, his psychedelic album. I don't know if he's got anything as out there as this, but really enjoyed it, so happy to get it. Todd Rundgren. This is an unofficial thing, but man, this is so great. I'm glad to finally get this album. What is the name of the album, actually? I don't know. It's their second album. Is it Do We Tolerate Mass Murder? I think, by the pop group. Yeah, unofficial pressing of this, but man, this album is killer. Avant-garde post-punk I guess it's like the Clash, more crazy. You know, I don't know. Killer. That second track especially, just fantastic stuff. Really happy to get this. Picked up the new Yola Tango. I know a lot of people have talked about it. Got the limited edition, deluxe edition with the shiny cover. Really nice album throughout. Really enjoyed it. I listened to it once so far and really liked what I heard. The vinyl itself is so-so, a little bit noisy at times, but nothing too bad at all. So yeah, Fade, their newest album, Yola Tango. Comes with a 12-inch. I haven't listened to the 12-inch yet. Finally picked this up, a classic punk, post-punk garage. Yeah, very influenced by the Stooges, obviously, in the MC5. Radio Birdman, Radios Appear. From Emma Beard's reissue. Finally picked this up. Saw it in the store forever, never grabbed it, and had them order it for me, and it did. Radio Birdman, Australian garage punk stuff. Picked this up. Never seen this before, and I grabbed it. Love this guy, Luton Wainwright, third, a live one. Excuse me. So this is a live performance by him, and it's excellent stuff. The guy is I love his writing. It's very clever. I think he's like hilarious at times in his writing and his commentary and things. But yeah, Luton Wainwright III, a live one on Rounder Records. Happy to get it in like near mint shape. Whoever had it really took care of it. Kept it in these Mobile Fidelity sleeve and everything. Pretty nice. Get it back in there. Yeah, a live one. Some Jap rock for you. This is excellent. When the Raven Has Come to Earth, Strawberry Path, Jimmy and Hero, heavy blues rock, psych. Yeah, Jap rock classic. This is excellent, but even better than this. This one just blew my mind. This is a monster record. Love Will Make a Better You by Love Live Life Plus One. This is monster psych, sort of like Jap krautrock, if you will. Christ, but excellent, highly recommend it. Very out there, but just excellent, brilliant stuff. Yeah, I thought of like harder German bands like Guru at times, but it's just brilliant. Highly recommend it. Pentangle, kind of finishing up my Pentangle collection, really. There's one I'm still missing that I'm pretty sure I could still get pretty easily. This one's, the cover's got some wear, but the vinyls are, the LPs, they're like beautiful. Sweet Child, Pentangle. So it's a double LP live album. I love Pentangle, I love the UK folk. Just fantastic. This was a cool score. Was in the store used, so I grabbed it. And it turned out to be much better than I thought it would be. But Stephen Malkmus, Face the Truth, solo album hit he's from Pavement. I don't know if it's second or I don't know what album of his, but it's excellent. It's really good indie, alternative rock, pop stuff. Really well done. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Compilation of the Colombian Melting Pot, Diablos del Ritmo, funky Colombian, all the different sort of cultures and genres sort of melding. Yeah, really funky stuff. I highly recommend this. Excellent. Compilation on Analog Africa. So yeah, it's like Colombian funk, Afro beat stuff. Just yeah, killer. 2 LPs, lots of great liner notes too. I recommend this. It's really good. New LP, new album. You know, I don't know much about this. I think these members were in other groups. and they feature people from, I know, Neutral Milk Hotel, player on one of their albums, and what's the other one? Another album, from another band from the Elephant Six collective. But this is Dreamboat Eclipsing. Really beautiful stuff. Very sort of, I don't want to say depressing, but like very sort of down, ethereal folk, if you will. Really well done. I enjoyed the hell out of this and recommend it. Dreamboat Eclipsing. Late 2012 reissue, I think. But yeah, cool stuff. Check it out. Finally found a copy of this. I don't know what pressing this is. I bought it used. It's definitely some reissue of some kind, but it almost looks, it doesn't look like well done, like the printing of the artwork, but I don't know. Herbie Hancock Sextet. Excellent jazz, fusion, funk, very much like Electric Miles, of course, from that era, 1973, 73. Killer sextet. Another just absolute must-have, Scott Walker's first solo album. What's interesting about this is that listening to this now and listening to his later material, his most recent album, Bish Bosh, and his style now, but it's like if you listen to the Walker brothers and listen to this, you kind of get the feeling that he's kind of where he's supposed to be now. In a way, you listen to this and you almost get the feeling like the way he progressed very naturally, and that's just the feeling that I got. But yeah, absolutely essential stuff. Scott Walker, excellent. This is if you like funky library groove sort of thing. Mike Bostoni and Reggie showed this. This is also recommended to me a while ago. By Chris4127 Basket. He recommended this to me, and he said in the comment, it's a classic library record, and if it's not reissued now, it will be, and it was. I don't know how limited this is to, maybe 1,000 copies, 500, 1,000, probably 1,000. But this is Stefano Tarossi Feelings. Great cover. The two musicians, Jay Richford and Gary Steven, but they sort of call themselves Stefano Tarossi, and very funky library grooves, that sort of thing. Reissued, Golden Pavilion, excellent stuff. Check it out. This one too. This got some discoloration on it, but other than that, it's really nice. And what an album! Loop. Heaven's End. So if you see that sort of discoloration, probably just got wet or something. But what an album. Their debut from 1987. Very much compared to Spaceman 3 and all that sort of thing. But sort of more rockier than that. There's still that very much a neo-psych group, but droney at times. But fantastic. I really enjoyed this. Loop. UK group, of course, killer. This was a really cool score too. It's been in my local store for a long time, and I never knew it was there. I don't think they knew it was there anymore. But yeah, the Brown Bunny soundtrack by the film. If you've ever seen that film by Vincent Gallo, I think it's like rated like NC-17. I love Vincent Gallo's films, like most of them. I haven't seen them all, I don't think, but anyway, Brown Bunny, excellent soundtrack. I think this is pretty sought after now. It's unofficial, I should say. Never was released on vinyl, only on CD. But either way, it's still sought after, mostly because of John Frusciante. He plays the whole second side is devoted to him, and some great material on there from him. It also features, what else is on here? Jackson C. Frank is on here. Gordon Lightfoot. A couple other jazz tunes. I can't really tell who they're by right now, but Brown Bunny soundtrack. Excellent, excellent find. Still new in the store from like when it came out. Reissue of this, The Sound by Roscoe Mitchell. Been wanting this for a while. Finally, just went out and bought it. Yeah, very much on Roscoe Mitchell, of course, from the Art Ensemble of Chicago, and a very important member of the AACM. Very much on par with some of the best art ensemble stuff, like that I've heard at least. Free jazz, fantastic stuff. Roscoe Mitchell. This is like 67. Yeah. Zappa record I did not have. Zappa and the Mothers, One Size Fits All. Came across a nice copy of this and bought it. Veering towards the later Zappa, of course, but still very, very good, I gotta say. I'm not a big fan of a lot of later Zappa stuff, but I can kind of see myself getting more into it, I guess, at some point. But just that, I've said it before, all that early Mothers of Invention stuff is just so damn good. You know, it's just one of those things. But yeah, One Size Fits All. Killer. Alright. This is an interesting score. I don't know if anybody else has shown this yet, but it's, when I was buying, never mind. I'll just say this was sort of a blind buy, if you will. Everybody's Own. Oh, I'm sorry, Hand. The name of the band is Hand, and the name of the album is Everybody's Own. So this is a Swiss psych folk outfit. This came out, it's their one and only album from 1971, and it's really, really good. Again, psych folk, but with a Crosby, Stills, Nash, Neil Young influence. Yeah, from 71. It's called Swiss folk, but the members are from all over the place. Like the singer's American, the lyrics are in English. Just really nice folk songs, folk rock, psych folk stuff. Like reissue, very limited reissue. I do recommend it if that sounds like your kind of thing. It's really well done. So very, very cool. Hand. Don Pullen. This is solo piano. Don Pullen on Black Saint. Now, I never thought I'd be the type of person that really enjoyed solo piano, but there's been a few records I've picked up that are solo piano that I've really enjoyed, and this is one of them. Very interesting. He's a very percussive piano player on Black Saint. But yeah, it's free jazz all the way, and it's just really sort of enthralling listen, if you will. Just something about it, the energy and something about it. There's still melody there. It's interesting. I don't know how to put it. Melody on some of it, I should say. But yeah, Don Pullen. Finally found a copy of this. Been after this for a while. It's usually a lot of money. I paid $7 for this. Odessa by the Bee Gees. An original on the Atco label in just near mint shape. The cover, of course. Usually this has pretty wicked ring wear. There is some, but it's just light. Very happy to get this. Early Bee Gees, I gotta tell you, just fantastic. This especially. Their first few albums, really good. So happy to finally get that. Another free jazz. Excuse me. Free jazz awesomeness. Love this record. Marion Brown, Porto Novo. What an excellent record. Marion Brown, just something about his playing. I'm really sort of drawn to his music. Everything that I've heard, I've just been like obsessed with. I only have a couple things by him. I have another one I haven't shown yet, but just in love with the guy's playing. Does not get enough credit. Marion Brown. This is on the Arista Freedom label. I think original pressings of this had a totally different cover. And but yeah, free jazz killer. That title track, that alone, it's 12 minutes. That alone is just worth it. But the whole album is fantastic. I recommend this. Oh man, this is another one I really liked, and it's Vinyl Community member. Everybody's talked about this, and I gotta say, it's awesome. This is the kind of thing I really like. Hammond organ, freak out, just drums, killer. Jeff Greer, the Record Fiend, put this out. Schematics for a Blank Stare, Acid Rain, really, really good, man. Really enjoyed this, I gotta say. The Record Fiend, I don't know if you watch my videos, Jeff, but well done. Put out by David Sequoia Flame. He put this out for him, and Jeff, I've always watched your videos where you show the your piles of records and you go through them quick. Great stuff. Always really enjoyed them. But yeah, excellent. If you haven't picked this up, get it. It's really, really good. I'm telling you. Been really getting into this artist. He put out a new album, and I checked it out online. When I went to go buy it, it wasn't there anymore. But then they got more in. But before I bought the new album, I saw other things by him, so I bought him. Andy Stott, electronic musician. I cannot talk at length about electronic music because I really don't know shit about it, except that I enjoy a lot of what I've heard, like certain things. But it's an EP technically. We Stay Together. This one's awesome. I've listened to this quite a few times. This one I listened to once. It's 45 RPM. It's always sort of a pain in the ass to put my turntable on 45, but this is excellent as well. Pass Me By. Sort of dark, very grainy, electronic music. I don't know how to put it, but yeah. And his new album, I highly recommend it. Really enjoy this. It's just killer. Luxury Problems by Andy Stott. 2 LPs. Mine is the transparent gold. Oh, well, you'll see it. But yeah, I guess they're all limited pressings of different colors. But yeah, excellent. Luxury Problems by Andy Stott. Killer stuff. So if you could hear the music in the background, I've been really into Tropicalia, Brazilian music, just obsessed with it. I've been interested in it for a little while, but it wasn't until I picked this up recently. And I've been just melting the CD in my car, just playing it constantly. Tropicalia, the Soul Jazz Records compilation, featuring, the who's who of Tropicalia. Gilberto Gil, Caetano Veloso, Gal Costa, Georgie Ben, Os Mutantes, and Tom Z. Killer. If you don't know about Tropicalia or interested in it, this is like the best place to start. There's a lot of comps out there, but this one's pretty damn good. I've been obsessed with it. It comes with an excellent book. Good stuff. But yeah, just listening to that, just fascinating stuff. But can't talk about Tropicalia really without talking about Bossa Nova. This is another soul jazz thing. This is the Tamba Trio, reissued on Soul Jazz Records. This is Bossa Nova, but it's excellent. There's some Bossa Nova out there that's just, crap, or, you've heard it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. This is standout for sure. Jazzy, of course, Bossa Nova, and it's just fantastic. The Tamba Trio were one of the most important groups to emerge out of the Brazilian Bossa Nova movement in the 60s. The group's unique and highly distinctive bossa jazz and vocal styles were highly influential. Really enjoyed this. And along with that, I picked up the soul jazz Bossa Nova. Bossa Nova and rise of Brazilian music in the 60s. Featuring a lot of great musicians on here, but yeah, fantastic. I highly recommend this. This is good stuff. I got a killer. And some Tropicalia classics. Caetano Veloso. I thought this was just self-titled, but it turns out it's called Tropicalia. I didn't know that. I thought it was just Caetano Veloso. Fantastic, especially that track Tropicalia. but the whole thing, really good. I don't know if it's him that's sort of called the Dylan of the of Brazil. This one's even better though. Caetano Veloso, self-titled, amazing record. Just two Tropicalia classics. Irene, Empty Boat. What else is on here? It's hard to. I mean, I don't speak Portuguese, but there are a lot of great tracks on here. A lot of them, a few of them are on here. But yeah, self-titled. This is a Lilith reissue. Excellent. Highly recommend that. This is sort of more of a Brazilian pop MPB classic. And man, when I say classic, this album is spectacular. It really is. 2 LP set. From what I understand, it's a very important record in Brazil. Very ambitious, I gotta say that. 2 LPs. Milton Nascimento and Lo Borges. Cuba de Asquiana. I have no idea. The Corner Club, I think it means. Excellent stuff. Just varying styles throughout. A lot of different influences. It's amazing. An amazing listen. Highly recommend this. Killer stuff. And also picked up, this is a Tropicalia as well. Tom Z. Is this just self-titled? I think so. Tom Z. On Mr. Bongo reissue. Excellent as well. Really. I have a couple more Brazilian things to show towards the end. What are we looking at for time? 26 minutes already. Donald Byrd, Blackbird. The follow-up to Ethiopian Nights. This is a jazz funk record all the way. Very funky. Picked this up for $2. The cover's got some wear on it, but the LP does too, but it just really needed a cleaning. Plays perfectly well. Second pressing on Blue Note. Happy to get it for $2. So sort of minimalist composers here. This one isn't really minimalist, I don't think. It's more of a rock album. I'd never heard this before until getting the LP. And not what I expected. It's very, very listenable. Church of Anthrax. John Cale featuring Terry Riley with Terry Riley. I kind of just expected more experimentation, but it's kind of a rock album in a way, mostly instrumental. Check it out if you haven't. Excellent. Really enjoy this. Church of Anthrax. Finally scored a copy of this. Been after it for a while. Always hard to come by or I get outbid on it on eBay. Steve Reich, Music for 18 Musicians. Classic. One of his classics. Classic of the genre. Really interesting stuff. Just on ECM. Really happy to finally get this. And along with those, Steve Reich with John Adams. So this is Vibrations for Winds, Strings, and Keyboards. John Adams, Shaker Loops. So I don't know much about John Adams, but I don't know if he's just sort of a modern classical composer or if he's more of a minimalist. I don't think I've listened to this one yet, but happy to get it. I look forward to hearing it. This one I did listen to, and it's awesome all the way through. Again, John Adams, grand pianola music, and Steve Reich, 8 lines. The whole thing, though, Steve Reich only takes up like a quarter of this album, but the entire album is phenomenal. I was just surprised how much I enjoyed it. But yeah, killer stuff. And another classic, Terry Riley in C, an original Colombian in just near mint shape. Now this is really interesting. At first it's just like you're kind of taken aback and you just kind of let it go and it gets in your head and it's fantastic. Found this at the local store. Killer. Really happy to get that. Some krautrock here. I'm going to try and move quick. Harmonia Live, 1974. Killer stuff. Reissue. Yeah. Highly recommend this. This is just killer. Another classic. It's a krautrock classic for a reason. Cosmic Jokers, their self-titled. What an album. Featuring a lot of different members of different krautrock outfits. Emmanuel Goching, Klaus Schultz, Dieter Dirks. Just a lot of different people. Killer. Again, what an album. Really happy to get that one. I'll skip this one for right now. This one's Dyson, however you say it. Electric Silence. I don't know how to describe this except it's sort of, it's krautrock, but like jazz fusion done on like different instruments, like world music instruments. I guess that's the best way I could describe it. Dyson, look at that cover, huh? Electric Silence. Excellent. I'd love to find their other reissues, but they seem impossible. So if anyone could get their hands on a copy of Time Machine by this band, let me know. But yeah, this is excellent. Electric Silence. This one is a krautrock grail for me because I just could not get my hands on it. And it's, I don't know if it's considered their best album. Probably. This is pretty damn good. It's better than their debut UFO, I'll tell you that much. Kangaroo by Guru Guru. What an album. Heavy, psych, hard rock, space rock, krautrock, Guru Guru. Monster record. And this is the reissue. Even this, getting hands on this isn't that easy. Really happy to get it. Alright, I'll show this. This is sort of a psych early prog. I want to say keyboard heavy prog, but it's really, really good. Rare Bird. So, UK group. This is an original US pressing and in beautiful shape. So yeah, Rare Bird, their debut. I want to say the UK issue had a different cover, I think. This is an original on ABC Probe label. Yeah, beautiful shape for $8. So I was really happy to get this one. Rare Bird. Alright, a couple more Brazilian things here. This one is really interesting because it's almost like a piece of history in a way. This album was banned. Brazil at the time had a very strict military dictatorship, and a lot of these musicians were highly critical of the dictatorship. Many of them were deported and forced to put in jail or deported, and a lot of them made music either from their country of exile or even in prison. This artist wasn't really ever put in prison as far as I know or deported. He was more of a pop artist, but became very critical of the government. And he wrote a play basically about the history of Brazil, about the sort of Dutch invasion of Brazil, the colonialism, I guess, I don't know. Drawing parallels to the more recent government, the dictatorship. And in this play, he wrote the music for his musician and put out the soundtrack. So when the soundtrack was released, this album was pulled immediately from the shelves by the dictatorship. And this cover was banned. The album was released later on with a different cover, a couple different covers, I think. But this is the original Brazilian pressing that was pulled from the shelves by the dictatorship. And as far as I know, this is not easy to get your hands on. So it's pretty amazing. But this is Chico Buarque with Calabar. So this was his play that he wrote this album, and this album is the music for that play. And yeah, this cover was banned. I believe the reissued ones are much easier to get. But yeah, Calabar. It goes by a few different names too. Chico Cantar, which I think is Chico Sings. I don't speak a word of Portuguese. But here's the original Phillips. Also has the insert. Here's the gatefold. Very sort of sorrowful sounding record, if you will. It's not so upbeat. But yeah, has the insert. Sorry. Right here. And yeah, really happy to get it. It's in gorgeous shape, I gotta say. I mean, the cover, I mean, is what it is. These covers are really thin, but no splits. Everything is really nice on Phillips. But the one I was really after, this actually was like an afterthought. This one out that I've been wanting this one for a long time, since Fred Big Star 1000 talked about it, and then Chris 4127 Basket talked about it. This album is amazing. Very interesting arrangements. It's just sort of really captivating. At first listen, it's subtle. Maybe got to listen to it a few times, but I've listened to this numerous times since I've gotten it, and I'm blown away by it. Absolutely amazing. Again, Chico Block with Conchucao, however you say that. 1971, so this came out before the last album I showed. What an album this is, man. I've been after this for a long time, actually. Even before getting into all this Brazilian music so much, you know. Beautiful copy. I mean, absolutely near mint. On Phillips. The only thing I can see is this fold here. But again, these covers are so thin. This one isn't so bad, but no splits, nothing, and what an album. I highly recommend checking this out, giving it a few listens. Again, it's kind of subtle. It's influenced by bossa nova, but it's like its own thing. Pop record, folk influenced. It's awesome. Check it out. All right, a few more Grails here. Finally got this. Now this isn't the John Lennon album. It's Yoko Ono and the Plastic Ono Band. In beautiful shape. Still in the shrink. And yeah, avant-garde, Yoko Ono, just awesome. I really enjoy this. Still has the original inner sleeve. I remember reading about this stuff when I was a kid, where they wrote, like, you know, his album said to Yoko, this one says to John. Yeah, but she plays with Ornette Coleman on one track. There's the song Why, or is it Why, and then there's Why Not, but Why is awesome. The whole album is fantastic. For those of you who don't like Yoko Ono, I recommend checking her out, especially if you're into the more avant-garde, interesting sort of stuff. This was a grail for me. I could not find this for a while. I found this really cheap online in near mint shape. Killer. Happy to get that one. What next? Last couple things here. This is also a grail for me. I have the reissue. Found an original at my local store. Jumped on it. Space Ritual by Hawkwind. An original U.S. press on United Artists. In just beautiful shape. But yeah, it has the fold-out cover. I know a lot of you have probably seen this before, but I'm going to show you. This is my copy. Oops. So yeah, it folds out like this. I don't know how well you can see that, but so it folds out to this big poster. Like, how awesome is that? It's huge. But yeah, so happy to get this. And in beautiful shape. Cool stuff. So yeah, there's that. Classic space rock album. This is a Christmas gift from my wife. And yeah, it's the kind of thing I probably on my own wouldn't drop the money and get. But as a Christmas gift, it was pretty damn welcomed, and I'm really happy to get it. But the Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness box set. You know, again, one of those things, it's just, you know, I wouldn't buy probably on my own, but to get it as a gift is just perfect. And it's really well done, I think. You know, done right. I mean, how else can you do it? An album of this sort of size, killer. Really happy to get that. So thank you to my lovely wife. Two more things. I'll start with this. This is a cool score for me. I've been wanting this for a while. It's really interesting krautrock rock album. And it's Asherah Temple with Timothy Leary with 7 Up. This is the second pressing cover. Now this copy, it's a German press. I don't know when it's from. I think later, in the 70s or 80s on Pop Import. I want to say the 80s, or I'm not sure. But yeah, space rock, really, really great space rock. You kind of get the feeling it was sort of put together quickly. You know, we're hanging out with Timothy Leary, let's record an album, and they usually start out with like a blues track, and then it just gets out there, you know. Yeah, really happy to get this in beautiful shape for not a lot of money at all. So happy to get this one. Asherah Temple. Seems like just about any Asherah Temple is A, like impossible to come by, or B, really expensive. So yeah, 7 Up. And finally, this was a cool score. Another one I've been after for a while. It was up as buy now, or best offer. I submitted my best offer, and the guy went for it. So I got John Coltrane, Interstellar Space, promo copy. It's promotional, not for sale, on Impulse Records. So this is a later free jazz John Coltrane album released after he had passed. A white label promo on Impulse. And yeah, it's basically duets with Rashid Ali, or however you say it. Yeah, Rashid Ali. And he's a drummer. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Free jazz, just killer. So yeah, those are my finds. I won't keep you any longer. Yeah, happy to get that one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it wasn't too long. But again, it's my last one like this, so if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. But I'm going to make them shorter from now on. Hope I didn't ramble or mumble too much. Thank you as always for watching. Please comment. I do this to interact with you guys, to show you what I got, and read your comments, so comment. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. All that. Alright. Thank you.